damage in Orlando.
What's up, guys?
What was your message to the guys today? How much did it mean to you to have Cliff call you and say he wanted to come talk to the team?
Cliff is one of my favorites. With being with him and Jeff and Gundy and in Houston for a few years, and Orlando is home. I got great ties to this organization, and anytime they call me to come down, be with the team, whatever it needs to be for this organization, I drop everything and come down. So when I got the call, I was ecstatic. Come in, talk to the guys. The message is basically, I never really played on the most talented team. But back in 2007, when we made history of winning 22 consecutive games, everybody played their role, right? Everybody played their role. We played hard every night. We played smart. And then when adversity hit, you know, guys had to step up. We had to take it to another level. And when I mean adversity, we lost Yao for the season after winning 12 straight games. We went on without Yao to win 10 more consecutive games, and that put us at 22. We were second in history to ever do that, right? And if you look at the names that were on that team, the people are like, how the hell did y'all do that, right? Because we had three rookies coming off the bench that played a significant role, but I was like, yo, man, the guys knew their roles. We played hard. We played smart. Most of all, we cared for one another when we stepped on the court. And we formed the chemistry that nobody could really break.
See, this Magic team went 22-9 down the stretch, number one in the league in defense. Can you carry that over to a season? How good can this team be?
Yeah, carried over because you have a core group of guys that's been here for some years. You know what the principles are, and it's about the younger guys are here, and everybody else is just you add more to their game, right? Not being satisfied with what took place last year. It should be motivation, I mean, you were on a 6-year drought, you made the playoffs. Now what? What are you going to do now, right? What are you going to do for an encore? So, I'm sure these guys are motivated, more than ever because they got a taste of the playoffs, and which is fun. That's where your legacy is built. And I think they'll be well.
How much do you enjoy taking young guys aside, in this case, J.I., and showing him a few intricacies?
You know what? I always remember I came here, I think it was 1996 and 1997 when Magic played Miami Heat in playoffs. I just witnessed my favorite player, Penny, dropping 42 on the Miami Heat. And after that, I went to his house and was talking to him. And here we are, 20-something years later, I'm still telling that story. Why? Because it meant something to me that I was able to witness my favorite player and go to his house and talk to him. And it inspired me and it helped me. So me, being a guy that went through this league, perennial all-star, that knows a thing or two, I just like to give it back to these guys. I know what it means.
What do you see in the character of this team, Tracy?
Well, Cliff has put his stamp on his team. Obviously, he ended the playoff drought, so these guys are bought in. It's a young group, still growing together, and I think, their identity just needs to be a tough, smart playing team that's going to compete every single night, pay for one another, and you got some athleticism around here. You got height. This is a big-ass team, so. Your front line can be 6'10", 7 foot, 7 foot, and that's athleticism all across the board. So defensively, I think they could be one of the better defensive teams in this league with what they have.
Knowing how tough it is to be a really good pro NBA player, how much do you want to see Markelle succeed?
I think we all want to see him do well. He got off to a rough start, whatever that case was, but he's here now. I think he's in the right organization to really care for him physically, mentally, to get him going in the right direction. I just saw him practice. He looks damn good, and we're hoping the best for him. And I think he will do well here. This is a great home for him.
Now that you remember the media, we heard a rumor, I'm not sure if it's right, that the NBA doesn't want members of the media to be hanging around either too many practices or advising teams. Did they try to direct you to?
Listen, I played for this organization, 4 great years. I still have friends here. I'm well tied to this organization. You ain't gonna keep me from coming around here. I'll stop ESPN before I start coming here. No, this is home to me. Are you gonna stop me from coming home and being with my family? Hell no. Nobody gonna do that. Magic gonna have to do that, but the NBA damn sure ain't about to do that.
Everyone good?
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
62 should have been.